Am I the meanest?
Pawn's drunk.
Am I the prettiest?
Pawn's drunk.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time?
Pawn's drunk.
Well, who am I?
Pawn's drunk.
Who am I?
Pawn's drunk.
I can't hear you.
Pawn's drunk. AKA Mr. Moonshine himself.
Of Harlem.
You already know this is Pawn Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself. Ladies and gentlemen, man, I'm tired of hearing these backwards thoughts, these backward thinking, these backwards analysis, analogies, theories. I'm getting ticked off though, man. I'm actually really getting ticked off by yo, it's just first and foremost, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you at this side of heaven. God bless you all. I mean, like, every time there's a fight and there's a good win, you know, the congratulations, you know, got to give it up to the fighters and things of that nature. But then, like, hours later, a day later, then here comes a discredit. Here comes the discredit. Here comes the devalue, the disrespect, to validate others. And that right there, man, is actually ticking me off, man. It's ticking me off, y'all. Y'all see the title, you see the thumbnail, you see Demetrius Andrade, you see Buck Crawford. Now, there's going to be a landscape of people that feel a different way of Demetrius Andrade. They're going to be like, why you have Demetrius Andrade next to Bud? I mean, Bud is undisputed. What are you talking about with Demetrius Andrade, man? Who has he fought? Who has he fought? What's good, Cat? What's good, Cat? What's good, Ron? Who has he fought? Right? And then what you hear Demetrius Andrade, at least, I mean, of course, you're going to stay stuck. A lot of people are going to be staying stuck to the 154 pound that he did it for Charlo, and he didn't get, he wanted more money and stuff. All right. What happened in 154 happened in 154. But yet, that doesn't mean in 160 that Jamal Charlo has to stop his legacy. I mean, if he's calling you out, Eddie Hearn got the money and things of that nature, don't go back, but when I called you when I wanted to fight you at 154, forget about the 154. He got a strap. Don't make whatever happened in 154 stop your legacy. Go after the belt. Then there's people out there that are going to be like, yo, but he had a chance to fight Sergey Derevchenko. Oh, but right now he has a chance to fight Liam Williams. How about fight Dem? No. Demetrius Andrade got a belt. He wants to fight Triple G. He wants to fight Charlo. He wanted to fight Canelo. He wanted to fight Billy Joe Saunders. Champions versus champions. You feel me? Unification bout. You feel me? What is this? Oh, what? But let's see what he'll do with Sergey Derevchenko. My man is 33 years old. He already been a two-division world champion. He doesn't need to go to see if he's good as a champion by fighting Liam Williams, by fighting Sergey Derevchenko that's only known for losing to other fighters like Daniel Jacobs, like Triple G, like Jamar Charlo. Fuck you want me to go backwards for it? Excuse my language. Damn it, it's a Christian show, but excuse my language. Y'all want to shame him? No. The man has a strap. Remember? He has a belt. Remember? Liam Williams. No disrespect to Liam Williams. What the people was talking about? Well, let's see Demetrius Andrade fights Liam Williams, and then we'll see what he's made of. You know what he's made of. You're a boxing fan, aren't you? You know what Demetrius Andrade is really made of. But Crawford, well, we need to see what he does versus Sean Porter. No, he's going after Earl Spence and Manny Pacquiao, okay? He's going after, yeah. I mean, those are good fights, yeah. Buck Crawford versus Sean Porter is a hell of a fight, yes. Buck Crawford versus Keith Thurman, yes, it's a hell of a fight, yeah. But he's not supposed to be looking at Keith nor Sean Porter. He's supposed to be looking at Spence and Manny Pacquiao because it's champions, it's unification bout. He doesn't need to validate himself in the welterweight division by fighting Sean Porter. What is he gonna do? Because all the people are gonna say is, if he does beat Sean Porter, you're going to say, well, Keith Thurman beat Sean Porter, and Errol Spence beat Sean Porter, and Kell Brook beat Sean Porter, right? That's what you're going to say. So why force and shame these champions to prove to you that they're worthy as a champion by fighting non-champions? Does that sound smart, really? Come on. Again, these fights are good, but that's not the fight that you're supposed to be forcing them to fight. You're not supposed to be forcing Demetrius Andrade to fight Liam Williams. You're supposed to be forcing the Andrade versus Charlo, Andrade versus Triple G, and all of a sudden in these boxing in the YTBC, Triple G has gotten a pass, yo. He is flying under radar like crazy, like no other boxer has had. Triple G, what about you fighting Demetrius Andrade? Stop with the bullshit, the man climbing the ring. The same thing that Buck Crawford, and this is what it is, because the same problem y'all have with the PBC not giving Buck Crawford a chance, y'all not doing the same for Demetrius Andrade. Y'all not doing the same thing for Demetrius Andrade. And I don't understand. Forget about the 100 what Buck Crawford did in 140. Forget about Demetrius Andrade and Charlo, what happened in 154. We talking about 160, right? Are we fans, right? We're fans. We're the one that fight for unification bouts. We were the ones that always argue, but we want to see the best fighting the best. But you want Demetrius Andrade to fight Liam Williams to see if he's made of, does he validate his championship status, right? Right? How many hurdles you want Buck Crawford to go to? Oh, no. You want him to go after Sean Porter. And then after that, no, but Porter lost to these guys. So he got to fight Keith Thurman because Keith Thurman beat Sean Porter. And he beat Danny Swift Garcia. What do y'all feel about, and I put it like this. What do y'all feel about Kell Brook and Buck Crawford? What's good, high, low? What's good, high, low? Good looking out. What do you feel about Kell Brook and Buck Crawford? Well, he's damaged goods because Earl Spence beat him. You see, it doesn't matter. It's the same shit. It's the same shit, bro. It's the same shit. Doesn't matter if he was damaged goods. The same thing you'll say about Keith Thurman if he fights him. Well, Keith hasn't fought in almost years and he's damaged good. He's always injured. So that's not a good fight. Sean Porter lost to all these guys. So that shouldn't be a great fight. Why should it be a great fight for Porter and Bud? Why? Let me know why. If the two guys that you say is damaged goods actually beat Sean Porter. Why Sean Porter is good? I know Sean Porter is good. I know it's a great fight, but that's not the fight that we're trying to shame Buck Crawford to fight. He's a champion. Remember, a champion needs to fight another champion. Demetrius Andrade, no, he's not supposed to be fighting Sergey Derevyanchenko. Or no, he's not supposed to be fighting Liam Williams. He's supposed to fight a champion. How many times we gonna act like we're managers? You don't know. You're not a manager. You're a fan just like me, just like I. Yes, I understand we need to understand the business of boxing because, of course, you want to understand why things happen, why things that. But put it this way, boxing is a secret damn society, brother. Boxing is a secret. We ain't never going to know the ins and out of boxing, baby. This is fucking mafioso type of business here. You think these guys are getting paid the type of money that's reported? Yeah, maíz, tú no sabes par de nada ustedes. When you hear about this guy made 2 million or 3 million, no, they're not making 2 or 3 million. They're making way more than that. So then when you have a guy like Keith Thurman saying 10 millions, or he never really said 10 million, but that was reported, you're like, well, this guy's not worth 10 million. And Keith Thurman tells you in a recent interview, be like, yo, the last time I made $2 million was when PBC started. Remember what Earl Spence says, yo, but you could fight this person with this money, and Earl Spence chuckled, like, and then Broner was like, yeah, don't tell him. These guys get paid way more money. You think that Danny Garcia can have a nice, beautiful mansion because his purses is 1 million or 1.5 or 2 millions? Yeah, ma. You don't know, I know what's going on in the business of boxing. No te haga. We don't know shit. We just know what's reported. We all know what they print. But then when you actually just look into this damn sport, things are self-explanatory. Now, a mandatory is only good depending on if you go for that person, right? So you got Sean Porter will be the mandatory for the WBO and the WBC. Cool, cool. Another person will be like, well, a unification bout trumps that mandatory. A unification trumps that mandatory. What's good? See, what's good? What's good? High, low. Everybody in the comment box. What's up, Dave Hodge? What's good? Punch, please don't put Andrade in the same boat. That's what I mean. This is why. This is one of the comments why I did this. Why I started this live. Punch, please don't put Andrade in the same boat as Crawford. Andrade ducking his mediocre mandatory. You know why he's ducking the mediocre mandatory? Black and Brown Boxing. And shout out to Black and Brown Boxing. Subscribe to this channel. Because he wants to fight a champion. He wants to fight a campeón de los campeón. Un hombre que tiene títulos. That's what he wants to fight at the age of 33. Now we have a validation of mandatory. This is the same. This is why for a year, matter of fact, not a year. I've been saying this for 2 years that the Bud Crawford and the Errol Spence is not going to happen. You know why? Because the IBF has a mandatory that's been sitting there for almost a year and a half, going on 2 years. Guess who was the mandatory? And I always say it on my live show, and y'all people laugh about it. Abdul Kokorov. Do you want Errol Spence to fight Bud? Or Manny Pacquiao? Or Abdul Kokorov? Tell me, because he's his mandatory. Please tell me you want to see Errol Spence fight Abdul Kokorov. Please tell me that's the fight that needs to happen right now, because we're so worried about mandatories nowadays. So Errol Spence, you better fight Abdul Kokorov. You're ducking Abdul Kokorov. No, we do not want to see that. No, we should shame people to fight those type of fights at this stage of their career. You want to see champions? Am I right? Sí o no? Dímelo, mi hermano, mi hermanas. So Demetrius Andrade had to fade his mandatory, but you're not gonna say nothing about Triple G why he's facing mandatory where he could have trucked that mandatory and fought Demetrius Andrade. And all people could sit here is talk about, oh, but in 154, he didn't want to fight Charlo because he wanted $250,000 more. Yeah, you putting on Demetrius Andrade. What about the other guys? That's what I mean. See, Black, what about the other guys? Forget about Demetrius Andrade. Do they want that strap? That's the question. Do Charlo want another strap? Forget about Demetrius Andrade, right? Just look at straps. Let's just go. Let's go. Let's go like this. Forget about the names and let's go WBO versus WBC. WBC versus WBA. WBA and WBC versus IBF. Right? Forget about the names, right? Because we want champions versus champions. So forget about it. Forget about it. How about when does Triple G calls out Demetrius Andrade? When does Charlo says, I want to unify the middleweight division and I want Demetrius Andrade, not because I really want to fight him. I just want to fight anybody who got the strap. How about that? But Crawford ain't come to the 140 because he wanted Errol Spence. That was made up. That was a hype made up. Because when he called out the first welterweight, he said after the Felix Diaz fight, he said, I want Keith Thurman because he was a champion, right? But Crawford ain't talking about no Keith Thurman because he ain't a champion. So he now is the Errol Spence. Errol Spence became champion. Errol Spence was talking about Keith Thurman because he was a champion. But he's not a champion anymore, so I'm not going to talk about him. Hey, bud, now I want you. I want you too. You're a champion. Am I a champion? Yes, I am. Let's go after one another. But they ain't going after one another. But that doesn't mean the fans need to shame the Bud Crawfords of the world that he needs to fight the other guy's competition. He's a champion. The competition is to fight another champion. That's it. That's what we should be calling. No reason he should not fight. Anthony Anderson says, Porter is a good test for Bud. No reason he should not fight Porter. It's not about that again, ladies and gentlemen. It's not that this is not a good fight. It's not that this is not a good fight. It's not that Bud and Porter is not a good fight, but it's not the fight. It's not the fight. He's only fighting a Porter. Regardless if he's going to be the mandatory, he's only fighting a Porter to tell you that he is worthy to be called a better fighter at 147. Oh, now he's really good. That's why you want him to fight Porter. Push Andrades 33, one belt, one division. At the end of the day, his legacy is going to be everyone ducked him. Could be. Could be. I mean, he won for 154. He goes to 160. 160 people go to 168. I mean, does anybody pressure Billy Joe Saunders to go fight Demetrius Andrade after testing, after putting needles up his butthole? Huh? No. They give him a pass. They give Triple G a pass. They give everybody a pass. But this is a guy that people love to scrutinize, Demetrius Andrade, when he's going inside the ring after a Triple G fight. Once he tells Canelo, and remember, Golden Boy Promotions was late on the petition, was late to negotiate a deal with Demetrius Andrade that would have been almost an undisputed when he got stripped. But it's okay, because then Canelo Alvarez went to fight Sergey Kovalev, and everybody forgot about it. Good fight, but that doesn't mean they did this guy wrong. Remember, they gave 30 days. The IBF gave 30 days to Golden Boy Promotions to negotiate a deal with Demetrius Andrade, and they went over the day. They went over that 30 day, and he got stripped because they couldn't get the fight with Sergey Derevchenko and be like, all right, but we get a unification bout. How about that? And Canelo Alvarez, that's when he was mad at Golden Boy Promotions. You remember? Salute, Miguel. Salute. Yo, Punch. Then Andrade turned down an offer to fight Charlo. Yeah, see. But that's what I mean. Are we going to stay stuck in 154? Are we going to stay stuck in 154? Do you know that was almost 6 years ago, guys? Let's move on for the Charlo and Demetrius Andrade business mishaps. His business mishaps at 154. Let's move on. We're in 160 now. Charlo got a strap now. Demetrius Andrade got a strap now. Let's make a unification bout now. The money is there. You know the money is there. Eddie Hearn don't play. The money is there. Al Haymon does great business with Eddie Hearn. As a matter of fact, Al Haymon trusts Eddie Hearn so much that he sends his fighters to Eddie Hearn if there's nothing popping in the PBC banner. To meet Daniel Jacobs. Go get. He's a good bloody mates over there. Go over there, Daniel Jacobs. I trust that guy. Go get that Canelo fight, buddy. Hey, Mikey, guess what? Eddie Hearn got great money. $7 million to go fight Jesse Vargas. Go over there. Go. Andy Ruiz. Hey, go over there. Make that money. Let's go to Saudi Arabia. Let's go. So when it comes to Demetrius Andrade and Charlo, the fights can be made. Jacobs rather fight Rosado than his friend Demetrius Andrade. Haymon Munguia, last fight, he didn't fight Demetrius Andrade. Triple G, he says, no, I made a promise. I want to keep my promise that I want to fight my mandatory. ¿Qué mandatory, Triple G? Motherfucker. How about you fight fucking Demetrius Andrade? Coño. Nobody talks about his deal with the Zone. Who has he fought since he got the contract with the Zone? Steve Rose, Sergey Derevchenko, huh? And now he's gonna fight this guy. No pass. He gets a pass. What's good, Cinnamon? He gets a pass. Un pase de pinga que le tienen a ese tipo. So Canelo got to fight Charlo. Fury got to fight Wilder. T.O. got to fight Haney. But Spence don't got to fight Bud. No, who's saying Spence don't got to fight Bud? That's a good fight. Dime, Boxing Jedi. Subscribe to the Boxing Jedi. Everybody subscribe to the Boxing Jedi. Nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that Spence shouldn't fight Bud. Nobody's saying that. What I'm saying is that you shouldn't shame Bud for pressuring and forcing him to fight a Sean Porter to validate his position as champion. Because he beat a guy that actually beat Sean Porter. And he didn't get no credit for it. Right? He didn't get no credit for it. He didn't get credit for a guy like Jeff Horn that beat Manny Pacquiao and then Bud beat Jeff Horn. He didn't get credit for it. He's not going to get credit for beating Keith Thurman, even though I want to see that fight. But I know the pulse of the boxing fans. Keith Thurman is hated. He's not going to get props by beating Keith Thurman. You're going to say that he was shot like a Kell Brook and he wasn't the same. So stop forcing Bud to fight anybody else but Earl Spence. Stop saying the Porter. Stop saying the Danny Sue Garcia. Stop saying none of these guys because he's not going to get his just due. The only fight in 147 is Manny Pacquiao and Earl Spence. That's it. Andrade, Rapstar in the building. What's good? Subscribe to Rapstar Boxing Knowledge. What you said? My fault. I ain't even. Oh shit, that went up. Kalu in the building. What's good? Andrade ain't doing nothing for Eddie Hearn. Maybe Eddie Hearn ain't doing nothing for Demetrius Andrade. Maybe that's what it is. Or maybe on the low, Al Haymon ain't trying to spoon feed no Demetrius Andrade. Have you ever noticed that? Maybe PBC and Demetrius Andrade ain't trying to get no love from no Al Haymon. So it don't matter where Demetrius Andrade go. They just don't want to do business with Demetrius Andrade. It's either they don't want to do business with Demetrius Andrade. It's either they don't want to do business with Demetrius Andrade. It's either just they avoiding Demetrius Andrade. What's the two? But as a fan, if there's no conspiracy theory that pops up in our minds, somebody has to fight to become a unified champion. So forget about Demetrius Andrade. How about the WBO strap? Does people care about the WBO? What's good, D-Ray? Billy Joe Saunders versus Demetrius Andrade, ASAP. Yeah, and that fight could have happened. But guess what? Is that Demetrius Andrade fault too? Is that Demetrius Andrade fault that that Golden Boy missed the 30-day extension? Is that Demetrius Andrade fault? Is Demetrius Andrade in position to get one of these champions? Is Demetrius Andrade in position to get one of these champions? Yes or no? The question is, does Charlo want to become a unified champion? Or maybe these guys are well into their business that having one belt is enough. Maybe they love their money. Why would I want to pay a bunch of sanctioning fees for? Maybe it's that. You remember what Timothy Bradley said several years ago? They say, yo, Timothy Bradley, don't you want to become an undisputed? Timothy Bradley laughed at the report and said, undisputed? I don't want to pay that sanctioning money. That's all I need is one belt, and that one belt, I only want to pay one sanctioning fees. I'm already in position to get good fights. Is that what it is? Think about it, y'all. Is that what it is? How many undisputed there is in the sport of boxing? How many chances there is so we could see an undisputed bout? A lot of chances. One fight, two fights away in many divisions, right? What fighter wants to pay 4 sanctioning fees? 4 sanctioning fees. 3%. 3%, right? Probably more. 3-4% out of your purse. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe we all getting duped. Maybe maybe that's what it is. Maybe they're clouding us. They're capping. Maybe they don't want to become an undisputed. And when you become an undisputed, what they do right away, they don't defend the undisputed. They drop the belts because why in their next fight they have to pay sanctioning fees for? What does Canelo do when he gets a belt? Gets a belt, drops the belt. ¿Tú crees que yo voy a pagar todos esos dineros? No, me gustan los dineros. ¿Por qué voy a pagar el sanctioning fee? ¿Por qué? Si ya la correas, los títulos, yo no necesito. Toda la gente quiere pelear conmigo, yo no necesito las correas. Did Floyd Mayweather ever became undisputed? What did he say years ago about sanctioning fees? Man, I'm going to drop that belt. Even the guy that got the most money. Yeah, 1 foot out the door. Yeah, that's what it is. It's a monthly fee. It's a monthly fee to be ranked. But guess who pays the most sanctioning fees? The champion. The champion. Why you think that what's reported, let's say when you hear a guy is getting, when you hear a guy say their purse is $2 million, not really $2 million. The sanctioning fees is just getting a percentage of that $2 million, but whatever's under the table, way more money. That's why they laugh at us. That's why in boxing, if you talk to a boxing personnel, you can ask the toughest question, and guess what? They like preachers. They like preachers. You ask a preacher, yo, this. Hey, tú tienes que tener fe. You have to have faith. That's why I got blocked by Ellaby. He ain't like those tough questions. Because the business of boxing is a secret society. Nobody's supposed to know the business of boxing. That's what makes boxing go. That's what makes boxing go. People say like, oh my God, yo, the money in boxing. They're lying. There's a lot of money in boxing, okay? There's a lot of money in boxing. That's why you got Eddie Hearn. He still got his mansion. And Bob Arum still got his money. And every fucking promoter got their money. You know why? Because there's a lot of money in boxing. But the thing is, are the fighters educated enough that they know something about boxing? Or the fathers in boxing are educated enough? Because remember, everybody is a rookie in this game once you come from the amateurs and boom. You got to be a special type. You got to have genuine people around you that know the business of boxing so you can't get in this boxing shit. And everybody knows it. The only thing is, we just don't know the details. But it's self-explanatory. It's self-explanatory. So when you hear guys talking about money, and like I was saying, I'll be discussing this situation with, and shout out to Ring IQ, subscribe to Ring IQ, and we talk about this, Amanda, and we talk about Katie Taylor. When I say there's money in the pot, there's money in the pot. Doesn't matter what you think. If a person is worth 60,000, 80,000, there's money in the pot that they could get 500,000. Because they're not using the promoter's money all day. It's the way the money is distributed. The networks got the money. The stream get the money. And then, for example, and I'm going to give you an example right quick. Now, agree or disagree. Agree or disagree. Like I said, ain't nobody know nothing. None of us doesn't know 100% what's going on. So we're just trying to put the puzzles together, right? But this is the way it goes. Networks got the money. Networks pay the promoters. They want an event. They pay the promoter. Now, it's none of the fighter's business how much the network gave the promoter, because the business is not the networks with the fighter. It's the network with the promoter. It's not Baba's. It's not. It as much hard as it sounds, fucked up as it sounds. Excuse my language. It's none of top-ranked fighters' business to know Bob Arum and ESPN's business. You're my fighter. Quédate ahí, mi hermano. I'm going to do a contractual business with networks with the big boys. Just like any other job. Do you have a house? Do you own property? You hire a contractor, right? The contracting company, right? Boom. You pay him whatever, $10,000. Go do a landscape on my yard or whatever, right? You don't care how much that contractor pays his workers. If his workers want to pay them $5, you don't care. All you care is that you get the job done. The networks give the money. I want to see Loma and Teofimo. Okay, here's the money. Damn, Bob Arum got the money. Damn, it's pandemic. I'm going to make a lot of money back. Let me pocket this much money. And everybody around me, my friends around me that know this business, let me give you all the money and stuff like that. Because you never worry about them taking a pay cut, right? We never know whose hands on the cookie jar. We never mention them. We never know how many hands in the cookie jar. And if you ask any fighter that has gotten robbed in this boxing game, they find out that there's like fucking 20 hands in the cookie jar before it gets to them. But then we're the ones that go after the fighter right away, but we don't go after this any other name that get their money. You know how many people get checks just off one event? It's only 2 fighters in the ring, but guess how many people get paid? How many people get paid? You know that the boxer's the last one to get paid? You know when the boxers get paid? They're the last ones to get paid. And not even before the fight, but after the fight, they got their check. They didn't even got money before the fight. After the fight, when you're all fucked up, they be like, here, with a piece of paper. Here, good fight. Boom. How much? I can't see. Here, manager, how much? And then with all that money, then a guy, for example, like Teofimo Lopez says, $1 million. Get out of here, man. Come on, give me more. But he never had as much money before. Oh, yeah, because if you know that you could get $20, but you only made $5, but if somebody throws you $7, and they tell you, yo, my man, you never made no fucking $6, $7. Here the fucking $7, shut the fuck up. That's the way that you want people to think. Oh, okay. I know I deserve $20, but since I never made more than $5, I get the $6. Okay, all right. Yeah. That's what you want fighters to be. So you critique fighters when they talk about money. You critique fighters when they talking about their money, but you never critique everybody else around that's getting money off these fucking fighters. How much the managers get paid? Do you think the managers get their 30%? You think they're going to take a pay cut? Why you don't say manager, take a pay cut? You're supposed to get 30%, but since it's a pandemic, how about you get 10% for this one? No, mi hermano. They're not going to take no percentage off. They're the ones that doesn't want to take the pay cut. You asking the fighter to take a pay cut. No, they need to fucking take the pay cut. It's this guy that's risking his life. So the money stays. The money is the same. It's y'all motherfuckers around him that got to take that fucking pay cut. But we don't say that. Because they got investments too. And they got bills too. Shit. I ain't going to take no fucking pay cut. Since he don't know how much he's really in the pot, here's this $1 million guy. Take this $1 million. No, I'm not taking $1 million. But remember, all these fighters are new to the game. You think that Leo Santa Cruz and Gervonta Tank Davis really came off that $1 million? Leo Santa Cruz weighed $1.5 million. Yeah. Yeah, right. Managers take from 10 to 18% plus the trainer. How much is that? How much the trainers takes off? He's already given up 40%. Trainers and management. Guess what? If you want a hard fight, you gotta pay for them sparring partners. You gotta pay for the living conditions. You gotta pay for your own medical, my brother. These fighters don't get these fighters get half, and then we're not even thinking about the taxes. Tio does not take the pay cut. He will not be the king right now. The money is always there. The only thing is, do you got somebody in your corner that knows how much is in the pot? Thus, Al Haymon. People hate Al Haymon. You know why? Because he's not working for boxing. He's not here for boxing. He's here for his clients. He looks out for his clients. That's why he doesn't need to answer any interviews. He doesn't need to show his face because he don't give a fuck about you nor I. He gives a fuck about his fighters. Cool. Advisor, manager. That's like if I have a financial advisor, he don't care about you. He cares about me. He don't care about my kids. He cares about me. Doesn't care about my friends. He cares about me. Al Haymon cares about Spence, not you, not Bud. He cares about Thurman, not you, not Bud. He cares about Paul Williams, not you. Al Haymon knows the pot. Al Haymon is in cahoots with all these networks. So he knows if somebody's trying to steal from them. Thus, why every boxer loves Al Haymon. Now, I've heard so many critique when it comes to Al Haymon. But if we love these fighters never critique Al. No. That's why these guys was like, stay away from him. He's messing up boxing. No, because he's letting you know how much there's in the pot. No. Get away from him. Get away. He's messing up boxing. Oh, shit. He's going to tell us a whole fucking scheme, y'all. Damn it. He's going to tell the whole damn scheme. Who oversees boxing? Tell me. Who oversees boxing? Come on, man. Boxing is a gangster's playground. Boxing is a gangster's playground. And for us people, yes, we want to see Earl Spence versus Bud. But as a businessman and knowing what could be in the future, it will be a stupid decision, an idiotic decision for a Bud and Spence to happen now. Now you're going to say, yo, but what about yo? But who cares about business? You got to understand the business. You got to. I don't want to look at the business, but we got to understand the business. Just like when I look at basketball, we got to understand free agency. We got to understand why this guy got a 10-day contract. Guarantee or non-guarantee. We got to understand the salary cap. That's the game. We got to understand the business of boxing. It makes no sense for Al Haymon to put a Earl Spence versus Bud Crawford on a crossover promotion when his contract ends 2021 in October, in less than a year. And then get this in-house money in PBC. Why cutting the Bob Arum? For what? That's the business decision. Well, I'm not forcing this fight. Because business-wise, I wouldn't do this fight if I know that I could have Bud Crawford. Because you know what? What they say? They talk on the phone. Bud Crawford, right, said that. And Earl Spence said that they talk to each other over the phone. Yo, my man, it's easy like that. Yo, what we going to do is, man, tell these, we're going to act like we don't know what's going on, right? And, you know what I'm saying? Like, why you here? And why? And stuff like that. And we ain't going to fight. But you already know, I just spoke to Uncle Al. Yo, get another fight. Get that 4.4 million guarantee that you got with Top Rank. You already know, rob them, motherfucker. Rob them. And then you come with us and PBC. We're going to make that fight happen, bro. We're going to make that fight happen. It's going to be in-house money, man. We got to give no percentage to nobody, right? All right. We cool? Nope. And then we just hire the promotion just to promote the event. Got it? Got it. Good. Bye. I see you. Yo, good looking on buying that horse. All right. That's boxing. You think they don't talk to one another? I put it this way. How much you want to bet that Buck, nah, I'm not going to say bet, but I got a feeling that Buck Crawford actually was chilling with Earl Spence on the night of his fights and congratulated him. He probably met in the hotel. Yo, good looking now. And we here on some fighting shit. How did Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao got together, right? Mayweather was like, yo, my man, meet me in the hotel. Meet me in the hotel. Let's talk, man, because we don't want to talk about and stuff like that. Come over here. Okay, I will meet you in the hotel. Okay. Yo, and Flo Mayweather, yo, Pac, we gonna make a lot of money. Just gotta leave this guy out of this, man. Look at all the money that you could get. Think about it. Look at your damn purse. Why are you still dealing with this? You don't need this guy. Let's make the money. We just trying to cut this man out the mother effing deal. Okay, yes, I understand. Okay. You know, because I'm so used to I'm very happy what he's done for my life. You know, I was nothing and I made a something, you know. So what should I do? I am a very loyal person. I am a very loyal person. Man, is he loyal to you, bro? Is he loyal to you, Manny? You think he's loyal to us? You really think so? I mean, I don't know, you know. I come to everybody's country and, you know, and I just fight. I just fight. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's make this fight happen, man. Forget about them. And this is on the table. Who's in the hotel room? You don't think in the hotel room when Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao was talking, he don't got his phone on the line and it's Al Haymon right there while they talking and Al Haymon telling him this is what it is, this is what it is, this is what it is. Oh, Al Haymon, I like the way you talk. Al, I never heard it like this before. I never look at the numbers like this before. How much did Manny Pacquiao get in his last fight with Top Rank? Huh? How much money did Manny Pacquiao made with Top Rank in his last fight? Manny Pacquiao, the great Manny Pacquiao. And then how much he's making with PBC? He's in the 20 millions again. Punch. Keith says he ain't got paid $2 million. Yeah. But you know what it is? You know what it is, Fight News? I've been saying that shit for a long time. I've been saying that these fighters, they laugh. They laugh when they hear $1 million reported. They laugh. That's not what they're getting, bro. That's why you think when people over exaggerated when you hear the report, Keith Thurman $10 million, and people was like, $10 million? He's overpricing himself. Yeah, right. You know why? Because he knows how much is there. Oh, Haymon knows how much is there. Bud knows how much is there. Probably don't know too much. It's negotiable. Yeah, $10 million is in the pot. He's just due that money. The thing is that people don't want to believe. People don't want to believe. You think that the money is there that's reported. No, hay mucho dinero ahí, mi hermano. Hay mucho dinero. There's a lot of money there. And if I already made $10 million and I'm going to my next fight, I'm not going to start off to get $2-3 million. You think I'm that dumb? That's not think about Sugar Ray Leonard got 10 million in the 70s. I heard for a short period of time they withheld Manny's purse. Yeah, that too they did. No, I think Manny withheld the purse, the money he had to give on Freddie Roach, because I think that Manny Pacquiao felt like everybody was in on the screw job. I think he couldn't. I think at that point Manny Pacquiao didn't trust nobody, even Freddie Roach. After Australia, I think that's what it is. No idea how networks deal work out. That's what it is. The thing is, the promoters will say, I'm going broke. I can't put all this money. I'm gonna lose all this. No, mi hermano. You're already losing money. The thing is, the fighter should not be losing the money. The thing is, the networks pay, the advertising. That's when you see, like, how are these fighters making money with no gate? How? We're losing money. How are they making money with no gate? How can you guarantee Bud Crawford $4 million and you could guarantee and then give Kell Brook $2 million and then give your undercard? If there's no gate, how people are making money? Because the money is there. The money is there, guys. The money is always there. Has boxing gone broke like the CBA of basketball? No, boxing is a world sport. Money is a gangster's playground, baby. It's always going to be money in boxing. Y mucho dinero en boxing. To the point that you could pay a Floyd Mayweather that type of money. And Conor McGregor seen the light. He seen the light. Oh, wow. Seen the light. The amount of money that you could pay Logan Paul and Jake Paul. $1 million more than these boxers because they smart about their money. And these guys not privy about the money that's there in the pot. These kids that come from the amateurs. And also these parents and these coaches, the amateur coaches that when these fighters reach that type of success, they're new to it too. They're new to it too. You think that Calvin is not new to this? Calvin Ford, Gervonta Tank Davis, trainer. You think he knows all this business stuff? This is new to him now. Now he got a fighter that let's and this is no I'm trying to diminish anybody, but you could tell they are financial in talking about boxing, illiteracy. And a lot of people is, because if I give you $10 or $20 million to manage that and then do your taxes, you're gonna hire somebody to do your taxes. You can't do your taxes by yourself because of that type of money. And the way it's funded, the way it's taxed and things of that nature, a lot of people is illiterate to it. It's no pun intended, not disrespecting anybody. Floyd Mayweather, right? He says he's a genius. He makes business decisions. He makes more smart business decisions. No, let me tell you like this. Al Haymon make the smart business decision. Your financial advisor. Tú no sabes nada esta vaina. You don't know that shit like that. By now, yes, you know by now. But you needed guys like that, but trustworthy, because there's those snakes too. There's a lot of snakes. Sometimes you got to get an attorney for an attorney. You got to get an accountant for your accountant. So let's go back to the beginning of what I've been saying about. So Demetrius Andrade don't get the same. I mean, Bud Crawford don't get the same criticism he gets in his respective division. Why these guys have to fight non-champions? Why Demetrius Andrade and Bud Crawford needs to fight non-champions when they're in position to actually unify, to clarify, or to validate, to prove their status in that respective division? Are we going backwards now? Guy like Teofimo Lopez beats Lomachenko, and you're saying, well. To really be the man, he has to fight Devin Haney. And then who Devin Haney for? To validate Teofimo Lopez, right? He needs to fight Haney, but he beat Lomachenko to validate his position. I mean, that's a good fight, but he needs to. You're gonna shame him to fight him to validate his position. He needs to fight Sean Porter to validate his position. Bud Crawford. He needs to fight Liam Williams. Demetrius Andrade got to fight Liam Williams, Sergey Derevchenko to validate his position. No, he's a champion. It's time that we need to stop the bullshit. It's a cancer way of thinking in the sport of boxing that we have to give all this props to these these prospects and these contenders. Look, Edgar Berlanga's getting all the props in the world, but then when he reaches, and then he becomes champion, then here comes the whole crowd to say, well, you haven't fought anybody. Well, you haven't done anything. Well, all the people that you knocked out were bums. But no, as a prospect, he's getting the hype. You're feeling it. Yeah, he good. He nice. Yeah, he good. He good. Now he's in the mountain. Now he's on top of the mountain. And now what you want is to crash and for him to fall and discredit everything he's done. Because that's what we like. That's the society. That's the community of boxing, the insecurities. That's in the DNA of humans nowadays, the insecurities. You love to see downfalls. It's the reason why Floyd Mayweather is the highest paid, because people hate and would love to see the downfall. It's the only reason they want to see Floyd, because it's not the action pack of Floyd. It's because you want to see the downfall. And then every time you miss it, you hate him. Damn it! I'll pay anything to watch Floyd lose. I'll pay anything. Hello, good looking out, my brother. Good looking out. Champion fight champions, exactly. World Combat Sports. Everybody subscribe to World Combat Sports. Subscribe to Major Key Boxing. Let's go. Crawford has been top 3 in the most pound for pound list for years, so I don't know how you believe that. Berlanga posting about paying $150 for a haircut. Yo, I do my own, and my boy. Shout out to my boy, Edwin. Best barber in New York City. Need to pay my boy them $150. I boy, good for him. That's how somebody gonna go broke. Don't go broke, Edgar Berlanga. Don't try to be that guy that you splurge. How much you pay for your haircut? Yeah, I pay $150. Yep. And then the other girl, who's the other one in the tweet that he replied? He said, "Well, I pay $250. Well, I pay $1,100 for my haircut." He can't say un haircut, mi hermano. Oh, man. But that's boxing, bro. That's the community. We want to devalue somebody to credit this other, because this is all about bragging rights. We're fans in the end of the day. And we're debating I think so, with so many debating shows that it feels like everybody always wants to debate about something. Everybody wants to argue about something. I think people are immune to be enlightened. I think it tampers with their ego. If somebody's trying to educate you with something, it tampers with your ego. Like, what this motherfucker is talking about? Like, what the fuck you think he is, my motherfucking teacher? I think that's what it is. And even if the guy or a gal might be right, nah. I don't want to agree with that motherfucker. I don't want to agree with Punch. Nah, man. Nah. But what about this? But what about that? Nah. I'm here to educate and be educated. And I'll be here to enlighten and to be enlightened. Demetrius Andrade has a amateur pedigree that everybody knows in the sport of boxing. You may scream and you may yell and say, you know what? Nobody knows Demetrius Andrade. He doesn't sell. But you know what? His contemporaries think highly of Demetrius Andrade. Everybody knows Demetrius Andrade in this industry. Everybody knows Buck Crawford in this industry, and we could say all that shit we want. He can sell. They can sell. Oh, no. Well, maybe we don't stop discrediting people and just build all the fighters that have earned the respect to be built and to be credited and to be, we hold them up high. We speak highly about them in a competitive way instead of saying, well, come on, Spence is the man. Bud is a bum. Bum is the man. Spence is the bum. Because we're just trying to go back and forth. In the end of the day, we diminish. As boxing heads, because of course in the YTBC, there's a lot of hardcore boxing fans that portray themselves as hardcore boxing fans. But we go out there and we go to the heavyweight division and we say Deontay Wilder's a bum. And we arguing Deontay Wilder's a bum. There's another channel, Deontay Wilder's a bum, and this one is good, and Tyson Fury is a cheater, and this one is a bum, and Fury is a bum, and this was a bum. All these casuals are walking into the sport of boxing saying bum. Everybody's bum. He's really a bum. Yeah, bum. Right, bum. He don't. His accomplishment. Oh, he ain't fighting nobody. Oh, bum. All this critique is what it keeps boxing down. It keeps boxing down. And guess who creeps up? The YouTubers, the Jake Pauls of the world, and the Logan Pauls of the world, and the KSI of the world. They creep up and take over boxing. Because if everybody argues every fucking day 24/7 and devaluing all these boxers that are champions, then why a casual will even want? Because the casuals is looking at the hardcore boxing fans. It's our information they go by. And then they go by the mass stupid ass media. And the mass media, they playing it. They playing the hate game. The ESPN, the PBC. Oh, yo, you saw the mass media. Well, they didn't mention Bud as much as they should. And yes, they did. No, they didn't. And all this. The mass media is playing the game. The hardcore boxing is playing the game. Guess what? Logan Paul, we'll watch it. We're discrediting our own sport. As well as people letting casual shows on panels to try and talk boxing too. And then, after all the shit that people talk about, then you got boxers saying, I don't give a fuck. I mean, I'm not getting credit in my community, in my boxing community. These other boxers saying I have to do this and I have to do that. I'm going to get my money. I'm getting out this sport. Then the boxers start this. Because if the boxers, if we're the one that's put that look, it's writers that give them the fucking Hall of Fame. I mean, if even hardcore boxing fans doesn't appreciate them, the casuals are not going to appreciate it. They're just going to come here for one fight and then they leave and they never follow boxing. Mass media has done a horrible job. The promoters don't want to promote anymore. Our boxing is failing, not just because of fighters. It's because of us, man. It's because of us. It's not them. Because even when there's great fights, we're to value the great fights, and that's what I mean. And it doesn't say, and I'm not trying to contradict of whatever the title of this live is that, but at this stage, the fight that he needs is that he should want and need for legacy, and the same for Spence, is Bud or Manny Pacquiao to have more accomplishments. The Porter fight, the Thurman fight for Bud, it's a good fight. A Thurman fight for Spence is a good fight. It's a great fight, but it's not that they need that. It's not that Bud needs to fight them to validate his position. That's all I'm saying. Those are good fights, but that's not the fights that he should be ashamed to fight. You shouldn't shame Demetrius Andrade. Oh, but you got to fight somebody and I got to beat Liam Williams. What is he going to gain? What props are you going to give him? What props are you going to give him if you beat Sergey Derevchenko? If three other guys already beat him? The three other guys that he should fight, that he should fought. We should have never saw Daniel Jacobs fighting that Gabe Rosado on the same date that Andre was going to fight. Where was our push as fans to say, hell no, Eddie, what are you doing? Eddie, what are you doing, Eddie? But because the fans don't want to respect Demetrius Andrade, you let you let it rock. Mamo was good. Let it rock. All these fighters deserve their respect. All these saying that this person is washed up and this person is that is a garbage. We're in the business of devaluing this damn sport and devaluing fighters. For whatever reason, it's time to go after champions. Deontay Wilder didn't fight nobody. He knocked out Temple. He didn't fight nobody. Discredit. Tyson Fury. If Deontay Wilder didn't fight nobody, he ain't beat nobody, then who Tyson Fury beat? I mean, Klitschko, that's it. He beat Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder didn't fight nobody, so what's Tyson Fury? Anthony Johnson got knocked out by Andy Ruiz. Who's Andy Ruiz? Keenan Plant hasn't done anything. Adrian Broner, the 4th division, but who he beat? Amanda Serrano, 7th division world champion, but who she beat? Bud Crawford hasn't beaten anybody. Who gets credit in boxing? Danielson Garcia, this is a tune-up for Errol Spence. He didn't beat anybody at 147, so how's he going to beat Errol Spence? He's a good 140-pounder. Maybe Bud is a good 140-pounder too. But he knocking everybody else, but who he knocked out? You see that? It's all about discrediting and disrespecting. This is the argument for everybody. But you just can't respect that in the world sport. In the world sport, he is a champion. Do you know how many people? Do you know how many contestants? Do you know how many people? Kalua, you keep on saying the same thing. Switch it up. Prime fighting champion, salute my brother. Or they get the or D-Ray, they get the gatekeeper. They get the gatekeeper. It gets kind of draining. It gets kind of draining. I think it's very unfair. If we can't support and we can appreciate our champions, I mean, again, I said this in my live show. We have a hating tendency. It's wrapped around our character as a whole when it comes to this sports shit, this community and sports in general, just not boxing. I said the other day, Google the list of the most hated athletes. Of any list they have ever made. I don't know if it's recent. I don't know if it's old. I've seen LeBron James on the list. I've seen Kobe on the list. I've seen number one, Tiger Woods on the list. Tiger Woods. LeBron James, Kobe as the hated athletes in America. Really? You know what that says? That greatness should be hated. Because that's our society. We don't like champions. Why? Does it tampers with your ego? Salute, salute. What's good, Cameron? What's good, Steve? When came first, our hate or sport giving us slow precision. So let's talk about the high. So let's talk about when Demetrius Andrade calls out Triple G. Why you don't say Triple G fight Demetrius Andrade? Why you don't say that? Why you don't say that, Kalua? Why don't you pressure right now in the comments right now? Say Triple G, go fight Demetrius Andrade. Charlo, right now, go fight Demetrius Andrade. Why that's not the comment? That should be your comment right now. That should be your comment. As a fan, you want the best fight the best, right? Demetrius Andrade versus Charlo. Demetrius Andrade versus Triple G. How about that? What's good, Six? This a war room. What do you expect? I agree with Rap Star. When Loma was on top, everyone loved him. Then he loses, then all of a sudden exposed, overrated. Exactly. But there's also who's saying it. I want Boo Boo versus Triple G. Exactly. That's all. That's all we should be saying. We want Boo Boo versus Triple G. And if Boo Boo wants Triple G, we want to hear Triple G say he want Boo Boo to unify the titles. If we don't hear Triple G saying, I want to unify the titles, then that means he don't want to be a unified champion. And there's something wrong. Loma was the best thing on boxing until. And Loma's still up there. Loma still get credit, right? Loma should still get credit. But when you lose, look when Chocolatito lost. He was in the top 3 pound for pound, and then he lose, and then he's dropped for the face of the earth. Then that's when you tell these boxers indirectly is that you're only good if you're undefeated. So then what they're going to do when management is going to do? They're going to hold on to that. Oh. And then fans are going to be like, oh, he don't want to lose his. Oh, yeah, because if I do lose my, you drop me from the face of the fucking earth. And this is my career. If my career is only worth that I'm undefeated, then these fighters are only going to fight to be undefeated. Joseph was good in the building. What's good, man? Good looking out. Spence and Bud give the fans the fight they want. They will be the man and can be the A side from now on. Good looking out, my brother. Good looking out, Joseph. And you know what, Joseph? You know what, Joe? Even if they fight and somebody beats anybody, if Spence beat Bud, I will still hear an excuse. I will hear that. The same excuse they give Danny Garcia. Well, he never beat a top welterweight. Maybe if he would have beat Sean Porter first, and then we would have known he was a great 140 pounder. But really, who did he beat? Yo, they will find an excuse because this is the boxing world, bro. This is the boxing world. Even if Bud and Spence fight and Spence beat Bud, everybody will say, well, he wasn't really, who did he beat at 140? The same shit they're saying about Danny Silva Garcia. Who did he beat? Who did he beat? And they can't argue, right? The same people that said that Danny Garcia didn't beat anybody at welterweight, right? It's the same thing you can say about Bud Crawford, right? So if Spence beat Bud Crawford, should it be a good fight? Should it be a good fight? This is what I mean, and this is the shit. This is the shit. Fans think they care. They don't care. Haters, they don't care. They don't care. They don't care, man. You don't care about watching the best fighting the best. Y'all just want to argue, man. It's like being in a relationship with a obnoxious woman that just want to argue just for the fun of it. Like, yo, my mommy, chill. Diablo, okay? Let me just watch the fucking game. But I think that we should never. Well, why would it never? And why would it never? And why would it? Yeah, cállate, yeah. Fuck you, yeah. That's it. We over. Come on, about this boxing fans, bro. Hardcore boxing fans was trying to say, well, Danny Garcia is not in his league. Oh, if he's not in his league. Pues, yo no sé lo que estoy viendo, yo. I don't know what the fuck I'm watching. Josecito Lopez had a great fight. Surprised his opponent made him put him on the first round. Yep. But this is what it is too. 1 foot. We love Cinderella stories. I always say that we love Cinderella story. And guess what? Right now, people are giving a lot of credit to Josecito Lopez. Great round. I think because that round actually uplifted his career. That round that he had with Keith from Tom Thurman, right? And then he came back and have stopped his both opponents. And people are saying, Josecito Lopez, the Riverside Rocky. Yeah, you know what? Put him in there versus a champion. I think he's valid. Yeah. And then he get knocked out for his champion. And people going to be like, well, who did he beat? He really just was living off the Keith Thurman who he beat? And that's all I want. I want people to just keep it consistent. That's all. So if Bud Crawford and Demetrius Andrade is in the same position but get different, they get criticized 2 different ways in that division. I don't give a damn what happened in 154. That's been almost 6 years ago. Get away. Forget about it. All right, guys. The 154, him and Charlie not fighting or whatever, he wanted more money. Let's get over it, man. That's 154. That's a long fucking time ago, bro. What's good, Get the Smoke? That's a long time ago. Let's move on to 160 already. Demetrius Andrade has to fight Liam Williams. Get the fuck out of here. He doesn't need to fight. He's a champion. He needs to fight another champion at this stage of his career. And y'all shouldn't give no Triple G no damn pass. Triple G, yo, my man. I made a promise from my mandatory that I fight him. So I made a promise, and I want to keep my promise. Promise. Go fight the damn Demetrius Andrade and unify the damn titles. Juicing up, milking the zone contract. You know, for nobody like that. For that type of contract. If she cheated, no, I leave her. Who said I trust her while I'm with her? If we are real boxing fans, we shouldn't criticize a loss of me. Manny Pacquiao, Tyson never still. You cheat back on her for life. What happened? What happened, Kalua? Demetrius Andrade cheated on you? Huh? That's why you don't want to. That's why you don't want to see Demetrius Andrade and Charlo, because he cheated. He cheated on you in 154, huh? He broke your heart that he didn't fight Charlo in 154. That's why. That's the analogy coming up with, Lord. Huh? Andrade has yet to fight a champion in his entire career. Guess what? He's a champion though. So as a champion, he needs to fight a champion. So what does he have to do as a champion? Fight a non-champion to prove himself that he is a champion, right? Right? Andrade has yet to fight. Is Demetrius Andrade a champion? Let me ask y'all that question. Is Demetrius Andrade a champion? Yes or no? Not pulling out is not like cheating on your wife. Pulling out, you just don't want to get her pregnant. That's all. That's all. Damn. So at 154, they were ducking each other, and now at 160, they're ducking each other. Damn, dog. They avoid. I think they're avoiding Demetrius Andrade at 160. Yo, so he needs to move up again when he's in position, right? And he moves up to 168. Leave his belt, and then make a yes, but he ain't Bud. Nobody's saying he's Bud. He's a champion. That's the only facts there is. Bud is a champion, a WBO champion. Demetrius Andrade is a WBO champion, right, Smoke? Do you want to see Bud Crawford fight Errol Spence? I think so. Do you want to see Demetrius Andrade fight Triple G or Charlo? I think so. Okay, that's it. Unification bout. I don't think that Bud Crawford needs to fight Porter, even though that's a great fight. I don't think he needs to fight Thurman, even though I want to see that fight, to validate his position as a champion. That's my thing. Is that people are looking at other fighters to validate themselves. Well, he got to fight Sean Porter to see if... That's the problem I have. Demetrius Andrade, no, he needs to fight Liam. He never fought in it. How about Liam Williams? How about Sergey Derevchenko? Nah. These guys are on position to get the unification bout. All right, ain't nothing standing in the way. Ain't nothing standing in the way. Nothing is standing in the way of Demetrius Andrade and Charlo. Nothing standing in the way of Bud Crawford and Earl Spence. Nothing but themselves. I want to see Teofimo Lopez fight Gamboa with a send a statement to the lightweight division. Right? You got to go backwards, right? You want fighters to go backwards. No. I want Errol Spence versus Abdul Kokorov. Got to fight his mandatory. Right? Fuck out of here, man. Come on, guys. Come on. But yeah, man. I just wanted to go live for a short while, man. It's on my mind, man. I was getting tight. Just listening and reading tweets and looking at comments and shit like that. You giving Bud a chance to unify before proving himself. You giving Bud a chance to unify before proving himself. Meaning, what you mean, that he hasn't proven himself? He's a champion. He needs to prove himself that he's a champion by becoming a champion. I want to see both fight a bunch of guys. I'm a fan. I'm a fight fan. I could respect that. All I'm saying is don't shame them. That's what I'm saying. That's what it is. I think there's a lot of shaming going on in the sport of boxing. In the boxing community, there's a lot of shaming. There's a lot of shaming for no apparent reason. Like, really, why would somebody want to shame a Teofimo Lopez? Why? Why would anybody want to shame Earl Spence? Why would anybody want to shame Danny Garcia? Look at his fucking resume. This is a guy that they called a notorious cherry picker. They call Danny Garcia notorious cherry picker, man. And look at his resume. Look at his resume. Look who he's fought. Look at the guys that he lost to. The guys that he lost to were supposed to beat him. They was favored to win. No. We'll go to the heavyweight division now. I think Deontay Wilder needs a couple of more fights to get into Fury. Why he needs a couple of more fights to get into Fury? Why? Why does he need a couple of more fights? 35 years old. He's not about the fight. It's about the training camp. These guys don't got training camps left in them. They got fight in them. They don't got training camps left in them. No, I'm not going to be forcing a 33-year-old and another 33-year-old to go and get fights where they just is not going to do anything to add to their legacy in terms of hardware. Bill Crawford needs a Pacquiao and a Spence now. All that growing stuff and proving people if you're a valid champion, do it in your early 20s. Right now, hey, they're 33 years old. It's just so much training camps they could do. And that's the part that people don't want to understand. They have a lot of fight in them. They don't have a lot of training camps left in them. The training camp is the hard work, not the fight. The training camp. The miles, the diet. The sparring partners, the big lightweights that a welterweight brings in and stuff like that to wear them down. Pause. Wilder is a bum. He should. That's what I mean. These are the statements that hurts the sport of boxing. These are the statements that hurts the sport of boxing. These are the statements that hurts the sport of boxing. This bum stuff. This bum stuff. I just wish that anybody that want to call fighters a bum, please just fight the bum that you think he's a bum. I want to. I want. Just go ahead and do it. Most disrespectful shit is when let fighters call each other their names, man. Let the fighters call each other that name, man. I don't understand why watching fighters like that and call. I don't understand. I really don't understand, man. Joseph, Tom, good looking out, man. I appreciate it. Real fight fans just want to see the best fight the best and really are not concerned about all the politics. No, I feel you, Joseph. I feel you and thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you, my brother. I appreciate that. God bless. And I know the thing is we don't want to know about the politics, but that's almost like there's a lot of people that don't want to know regular politics. They don't want to go know what's going Biden and Trump. They hate that shit, right? But you got to know a little bit of something. You got to be aware of something to understand what's really going on. You know, you want to understand what's going on in your community, and we got these politicians that are a mouthpiece for the community and pass these legislations and things of that nature. We got to understand, or we're just going to be stuck in why things are the way they are. Do you know that they passed a law? When? Who's in charge? You don't know who's in charge? Did you vote? No, I didn't vote. Then you're stuck like this. So we got to understand the politics of it. We got to understand a little bit of the business of it, or try to understand, or ask the right questions so we could get the right answers and things like that. And I'm going to say it like this, y'all, and I said it before. The boxing community is a small world. You could get you could get a answer back from a boxing person if you tweet at them, you know, if you come genuinely and doesn't seem like a troll. But because I think that's what it is. I think that a lot of people feel like a lot of these people feel they don't know, they don't trust, they don't know who's a troll, they don't know if they're asking a question, they don't know they're asking a question to come back with something else or whatever, like trapping them on something. But you want to ask the right question to get the right answers, right? We gotta know why these things ain't happening. The right question says, how about this? If you ask a promoter, ask them this: how much did ESPN give you to showcase Tio and Loma? They won't answer that question. And once you figure out that question, if they answer it in a genuinely way, and they say, well, they gave us $15 million to do this fight, And then you see that female will get 1 point something million and Lone will get 3 million. You'd be like, wait. Why is he getting one and this person is getting another? And why is not half of it? Thus, Al Haymon. He knows the pop and they hate it. And that's why you see all these fighters with their nice big houses, and you see Earl Spence with a nice ranch and stuff like that. No, he only made $3 million for the fight. Keith Thurman only made $2.5 million. Ask the right question. Ask Eddie Hearn how much the Zone gave him to showcase a fight with Anthony Joshua and Kubrat Pulev. How much? How many advertisers are in the books? And this is what I say is always money in boxing. It's a lot of money in boxing. And when you hear these fighters get 1 or 500,000, just think about the other guys, the other people that's getting so much money off their blood, sweat, and tears. The guys and the gals around this business that don't take a pay cut. Loma gave part of his purse to Tio. No, that's a lie. He never gave a part of his purse. That's a lie. That's a lie, and I don't know why people keep on saying that that's a lie. He never gave a part of his purse. Lomachenko was guaranteed $3.2 million no matter who he fought. That's his guaranteed. Bud Crawford is due $4 million. $4.4 million, I believe so now. Guaranteed, no matter who he fights. Loma did not take no pay cut for nobody. Loma was due almost $7 million if they was going to go pay-per-view. And Teofimo Lopez was due $3 million. Because of the pandemic, they didn't do the pay-per-view and they have no gate. So Loma stayed with his guaranteed purse. That was it. But I'm going to end this, folks. And I'm going to end it with this like this, buddies, my gals, my friends. Respect these fighters, especially the champions. Respect the sport. Well, I know the sport don't have no morals, but respect the fighters, the modern day warriors, the modern day gladiators, the one that put their life on the line for pure entertainment. Stop devaluing or discrediting so your point could be, so you can have your point on whatever you're debating or arguing. Everything is not a debate. Everything is not an argument. Everything is but there's a lot of things that we can understand and bounce off ideas and educate one another. Hold, of course, the people in play accountable when things is not happening. Understand why the fight like Spence and Bud is not happening. I want to see the fight as a fan, but as a businessman, I can understand why the fight is not happening, and it makes sense if his contract expires October 21 and he can make in-house money with Spence, not giving a percentage to Bob Arum or nothing like that. Be their own bosses and fight October 2021. It just makes business sense. That's all. So respect the game. Crawford is a warrior. He's not weak. All these people are showing every man and woman that step inside that ring, man, is a strong individual. It takes cojones, it takes balls, it takes testicular fortitude and mental fortitude to do what they do, man. Ain't no fighter a bum. These fighters are respected in my book. So God bless each and every one of y'all. Go back tomorrow, open up the panel tomorrow, and probably we could finish talking about this and stuff like that. But I'm gonna drop a video in a few. Go check it out. Go check out the Smelling Salt podcast. The Smelling Salt podcast. I'm gonna put this live on the podcast as well. So God bless, and on to the next.